Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to Pure Hustle TV. Every day's a holiday. Every meal's a banquet. Look, we're gonna get straight to the content today. Got that no jumper. You know, it's chaos, controversy, conflict, and all kind of capital C's. You dig what I'm saying? So, man, we're gonna check out that J. Reed, Wack 100, might be catching a federal case for attempted. You dig what I'm saying? It's tough out there. You know, Luce Cannon got picked up. Him and Brick Baby already with the situation out there with no jumper. Got the feds on them. It's a cold game out there. You got to keep yourself with the warm temperature around you. But, man, it don't look good for Adam 16 because he's fucked off. And you know what I'm saying? It don't look good because they put his name in the blender, in the paperwork, with the charges. Hey, man, I'm going to let y'all get into it with the content. Every day's a holiday, but this is Pure TV, but that is no jumper.
We just uncovered documents that prove that this man, Jay Reed, is snitching on No Jumper and associates of No Jumper to the feds and local police. It's been a while since we've mentioned this guy, but his name is Jay Reed. Do y'all remember how 6 months ago, around January 4th or 5th, a video began to surface online of Luce Cannon and this dude involved in an altercation. In this altercation with Luce Cannon put a gun to the back of his head. Luce Cannon knocked him out several times. He got back up. Luce Cannon homies jumped him. Luce Cannon homies jumped his friend that was with him, who was 60 years old. They stripped both of them like naked. The other homie had no clothes on whatsoever. He got stripped. His shirt came off. His pants came off at some point. It was really bad. Because of the severity of what was happening, a lot of people have several questions. One, who filmed this and why is it being released? Like, why did y'all put this out to the public for everyone to see? Like, y'all are committing several felonies on camera. Why would y'all post this online for people to watch? And then two, what led up to this? Now, depending on who you ask, there's conflicting stories. What we do know is a fact from both sides is the CEO of a network called the Dash Network. Is like a Zeus replica. They have the various reality shows. He was supposed to pull up to have a meeting with Wack 100 at No Jumper. Dash was offering Wack 100 equity within the company because they want Wack 100 to come and run a certain section of Dash and pretty much bring, the sauce back to Dash. The owner, his name is Mozzie. He canceled last minute. So he couldn't make it to the meeting at No Jumper. According to Wack 100, the only person that was supposed to be there was Mozzie and this other dude who's like the president called Travis Ford, and they were supposed to have a conversation about Dash Network. But when Mozzie canceled, Wack told Travis Ford that he shouldn't come because Mozzie won't be here and the meeting will be rescheduled for a later date. But according to Jay Reed, and this is where both sides stop agreeing, they all agreed that there was a meeting planned with Dash Network and Mozzie. But Jay Reed will say, even though Mozzie, the president and the CEO of Dash Network, canceled, that Luce Cannon still told him to come up there so they can discuss further business about Dash Network. Luce Cannon and Wack is saying, why would we invite you up there when the president is no longer coming and you essentially are nobody within the company? Jay Reed is saying that Luce Cannon texted him about 3 times to pull up to No Jumper to have the meeting. And when he pulled up, they began to talk about Luce Cannon wanting to see certain things in terms of the subscriber counts, in terms of the metrics, and that conversation went bad. Jay Reed will say the conversation went bad out of nowhere, as if it was already planned that Luce Cannon was going to do that to him, because he didn't say anything disrespectful. They weren't arguing. They had no disagreements whatsoever. Luce Cannon just punched him and things went bad afterwards.
So I'm learning about the subscribers. So we were stuck on the issue about 80,000 subscribers that Dash Network has. So it was an issue, it was a situation upon seeing the spreadsheet. Now we wanted to see the spreadsheet because we wanted to see how these 80K followers are still there on this site. Now, me bringing the situation of hand, I'm the front runner, I'm the connection. So I don't feel no type of way about me being there because this is business. So as me and Luce begin to speak, he says, hey, Jay Reed, see, this is where we have a situation where we need to see the spreadsheet for the network. As he began to say that, he calls Wack over there and Wack begins to speak. Wack gets to showing me like, hey, man, this is not what we're asking for. We need to go ahead and get that out. And as I get the looking, man, it just, and Rock, when I tell you this, man, it throws me all off guard because I wasn't aware at all. Next thing you know, I'm getting punched up in the face and it just goes crazy at that point, as y'all can see. Just totally threw me off guard, man, because I'm thinking in my head, this is my brother. This is somebody I talk to and I converse with weekly. Hit him with the top of the AM, and if anybody know me, I hit everybody the same way. Top of the AM, he hits back. Grand Rising, King, he do the same thing. We go back. We got love for each other. At this point, I'm thinking, so that's why I'm threw off.
Wack 100 will call Jay Reed a liar. Wack 100 will claim the confrontation was heated. The confrontation wasn't as peaceful as Jay Reed would like it to believe. Wack will say that Jay Reed and Luce Cannon are from opposing hoods. They are enemies by law of gangbanging. So when Jay Reed came and they was having a conversation, Jay Reed began to ask questions about Adam 22 and why they was letting a white boy dictate and run things in the culture. And then they began to talk about Dash Network, and they had some type of disagreement. And according to Wack, Jay Reed banged on Luce Cannon. For y'all who ain't from LA, banging means when you say on my gang, on this, like for example, right? Y'all know, man, okay? Y'all know I bang one deuce, okay? I bang West Fargo Unicorn one deuce. That's 12. We the police. So if I'm talking to somebody and let's just say we having a disagreement and I say, on one deuce, on Fargo Unicorns. Well, if we are already enemies, then that can spark a confrontation. And that's what Wack is saying happened.
Something can happen. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If I'm talking to a Crip and he say, hey, Wack, so you telling me you whoop-de-whoop, and I tell him, nigga, on Paru, take it how you want to take it. Once I deliver that to him, he could ignore that, hear it like, and dismiss it, or he can hear it as aggression and disrespect, right? And when I step back, it's 2 men, and the fight started. Now, I'm gonna be real, it was 8 or 9 of my people on the wall, right? They didn't held because they see I'm not involved in the immediate direct. I've had people say, well, Wack, why you didn't get in the middle of it? Well, I don't know him. And if I get in the middle of it and somebody swing, my people off the wall. Ain't no stopping at that point in time. It's 2 men. You know what I mean? I step back, y'all gonna squabble, you gonna squabble. I think what happened was because dude tucked his tail and didn't really, show the amount of aggression back that he had when he was talking, that left, instead of it being a 4-on-2, if that's what we want to look at it as, because in my world, a 4-on-2 is an even fade. You give me one of my homies any 4, it's just it's a fight. Whether we win, lose, or draw, it's just gonna be a fight.
Luce Cannon will also hop online to claim victory in the situation, to claim victory over Jay Reed. And Luce Cannon will taunt Jay Reed and mock Jay Reed and call Jay Reed a buster for not throwing a punch back.
Sweetie! You mad that you came there clout chasing and got what you got? You mad because you didn't throw one punch back because you was a sucker? You mad because you went out like a buster, a cotton ball, a boiled egg, cottage cheese, tuna sandwich, soft. Boy, nothing about you is hard. Nothing. Bubble butt. If y'all don't understand, I don't pick and choose. I accept all competition. I'm not gonna be telling y'all stories and all this about what I do. I just put you on camera. Y'all see it for yourselves.
In response to the video, Luce Cannon is saying, I don't do too much talking. I don't gotta tell y'all I'm tough. I'll just put y'all on camera. Y'all see it for yourselves, admitting that, they were the ones who published the video and they were the ones on camera committing the act. Now, while Luce Cannon is taunting Jay Reed, Jay Reed is playing the long game. Now, Jay Reed is a gangbanger, right? He's from 187 or something Gangsta Crip. So he a gangbanger. But Jay Reed is saying, hell with the gangbanging. He wants the bag. So he's playing the long game. Jay Reed is in interviews crying, shedding tears over this situation. And he's also implicating No Jumper and claiming that No Jumper didn't do enough to protect him while he was there.
You know, you would never expect the people that you know, been on that yard with, or the black brother, your brothers you'd been around and got their back would come out here and, you know, kind of like, you know, put you in a situation like that. So it was hard for me to go ahead and, you know, converse to my mom, you know what I mean, and tell her, you know, that I was gonna be all right, because I'm gonna tell you how it really is. I didn't think I was gonna make it out that night. And hold on. You know, if anybody been in a situation like that, man, y'all know, you know, every day ain't promised, bro. So I do this stuff for my homies, I do this stuff for my family, my kids. And so for a person to come at me like that, bro, is just something I don't want for nobody. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I ain't up here joking for nobody. I'm telling you a real situation, brother. You know, this ain't what I wanted, this ain't what I expected from anybody. When I tell you I went there on love, man, that's what I went there on love. And I thought the brother was my brother. I really did. I thought Wack was my folks. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. And so for me, I'm just grateful I walked out there with my life, and I'm grateful to have you, Rock, to be able to put on this platform so you can understand and see I'm not who they trying to make me out to be, bro. I really got love out here for these streets. And these tears ain't tears of sadness, brother. Just believe that I'm happy to be alive today. And unfortunately, it happened at No Jumper. And that's the thing that get me, because I'm trying to think like, man, where's the safety that come in at it? You know, people probably wondering like what happens next. Hey, all I could say is this, man. You know, you got to stay tuned, because I've been told not to talk about certain situations. And, you know, that's just from a legal perspective. Maybe, you know, maybe I shouldn't do. Maybe, you know, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you what. You know, these type of things just can't be allowed, man. I was looking for a little bit more help. You know what I mean? A little bit, you know, more safety when it comes around there, man. You know, I'm just confused of how I even went down, Rock.
In the midst of all this happened, you did say that Adam was there, right?
Man, I shook Adam's hand as he's walking out the door.
Jay Reed was telling people that he's not snitching. He didn't file a police report, but he's filing a lawsuit civilly. He can do it because suing civilly isn't snitching. But Jay Reed had a little secret. Jay Reed was lying to everybody the entire time. Jay Reed was actually cooperating with the police and the federal government. 2 months after the incident in March, when Luce Cannon was initially picked up for the Rolling 60 RICO, there was language in his paperwork that made me believe that Jay Reed was cooperating with the feds, that Jay Reed told the feds something. And this recently uncovered paperwork with the local police proves that. In the paperwork, now we know why the state never picked it up, because the state was probably alerted by the feds, man, we investigating this dude already, we'll pick it up. Because Luce Cannon federal RICO indictment includes this incident. January 3rd, 2025, outside of the No Jumper podcast filming location in Los Angeles, Williams, which is Luce Cannon, struck a victim in the head multiple times with a firearm and pointed the firearm at the back of his head, while 2 other suspects removed valuables from the victim. Now, here's how you know Jay Reed was talking to the feds, because the feds had an itemized list of exactly what they took from Jay Reed, including the value of these items. They wouldn't know this if Jay Reed wasn't talking to them. And the paperwork, you know, that resurfaced today or has surfaced today actually proves this, that Jay Reed was working with them folks days after the incident, And the feds will also document the video I just played y'all of Luce Cannon actually online bragging about this incident, claiming after the incident, Luce Cannon posted a 7-minute video on his YouTube channel discussing the beating, stating that he used to be Big U's enforcer, that he loves to fight, and that the incident could have went a lot worse. So Luce Cannon didn't do himself any favors, but Jay Reed was working with them folks almost from day one. We now know that a week after the incident took place and a day after the video went viral, Jay Reed filed a police report on January 3rd on Wack 100, Luce Cannon, Adam 22, and No Jumper. Now, I was kind of shocked when I seen what the charges were that Jay Reed was pressing. It was for attempted murder. Attempted murder was the charge. Now, a gun did come out, pistol weapon, they were jumped, but I don't know why. For some reason, I was not expecting to see attempted murder on the docket. We can also see right here in the case summary that where the feds got it from, and the feds has been talking to Jay Reed because the feds and the local police wrote identical statements that Jay Reed was robbed and valuables was taken from him in excess of $5,000. Same number because Jay Reed has been cooperating and talking to both the local police and the feds. But this police report ain't your average police report, bruh. Jay Reed did unimaginable talking in this police report, bruh. This man put gang files on people, bruh. First off, I'm stunned. In the interviews, Jay Reed told everybody he was coming to meet with Wack and Luce Cannon. He then told them folks that he was coming for a business meeting with Adam Grand Mason, with Adam 22, and Luce Cannon and Wack. So he includes Adam in this. Now, Adam is now a co-conspirator in all of this and No Jumper. Now, under where it says victim statement, there's a biography of Wack 100 and him getting put on and his gang and the history of his gang and Luce Cannon. I'm like, hold on, bro. Jay Reed told them folks Wack 100 is like gang affiliations and is I said, yo, the LA podcasting scene is fried, homie. The document says Cash Jones is a rapper, music manager, hip-hop commentator, and a record executive who manages several music artists. Cash Jones admitted to being a gang member of the Pacoma Piru with a moniker of Little Wack. During a social media interview on December 6, 2023, Jones stated he got jumped into the gang when he was 12 years old and still claims to be a member of the gang. The Pirus is an umbrella street gang alliance under the large Alliance Bloods based out of Compton, California, which eventually spread to Carson, Inglewood, and Watts. The name Piru is derived from the Piru Street in Compton. The Piru Alliance is under the Blood Alliance, in which the Piru Alliance has a street gang set which have subsets. There are currently 15 known Piru sets in the greater Los Angeles area. The Pacoma Piru Bloods are a criminal street gang as defined by 186.22 PC. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bruh. The language itself troubles me, bruh. When I start seeing police paperwork listing people as criminal street gang, oh my God. But Adam 22 ain't off the hook either. The Big 22 also got a gang file on him. They got Adam, no, they really listed bro as one of the suspects. This is crazy. All right, so it says Grand Mason is the host of the No Jumper podcast. The podcast focuses on the interviews with underground/mainstream hip-hop artists and pop culture-oriented guests of different careers and backgrounds. Grand Mason has hosted numerous admitted Bloods and Crips, to include subsets gang members on his show, some of which have become violent against Grand Mason or other people present at the podcast studio during interviews. This is where we got to start putting things into perspective, homie. The police is watching that closely? Oh, nah. I want to let them folks know right now, bro. You feel me? Adam 22, that's my homie. That's my good white man, bro. All right, but I want the feds to know right now, bro. There's not a soul I won't tell on, homie. All right, if I gotta choose between me or Adam 22, I don't even need to say it, bro. Or I'm not going to jail for nobody. Excuse me? Yo, bro, listen, I don't commit crimes, but even I feel uncomfortable. Cause like, yo, I could make a little joke or something on the news or on my podcast or on my show, And they might take it serious and they start investigating. Oh, nah. Now, the only reason why I'll be real, why you've probably heard by my tone, even though I'm pro snitching, that I look at Jay Reed like I don't care, is because Jay Reed, I felt sorry for Jay Reed. I felt pity for Jay Reed until I learned that Jay Reed was on Megan's Law, right? Once I learned that Jay Reed was on the offender registry, bro, I ain't got no love for you, bro. Like, I ain't got no empathy, no pity whatsoever, homie. People like you are my enemy. Like, I despise perpetrators of women and children. That's just me, though. I don't want to know the story. I don't want to know how you end up on there. If you are on there until you get yourself off that list, I despise people like you. I can't even read what he is being charged for or charged with because I would essentially get this video clapped and taken off YouTube. Like, that's how nasty it is. So when y'all ask, man, Flacco, yo, you usually on the side of the rats, man, bro. We team rats. Yeah, we usually team snitches, but I can't rock with this snitch. Nah, bro, I'm sorry, bro. This is not where my support is going. I don't know what's gonna happen, but what I can say is this paperwork confirms the feds and the local police, they're watching No Jumper. They're watching No Jumper, man, and I guess now we know why. Jay Reed put No Jumper in police paperwork. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Bro, I can't even wrap my head around what's going on.
Hey, y'all seen it like I seen it, man. Don't look good for Wack 100. Don't look good for Adam 22. Don't look good for Luce Cannon. Well, the only person that might have a shot at the title is Luce Cannon because he's already locked up in federal custody. And you know, every charge they're bringing against him now is to make sure they create leverage because they probably guaranteed more than anything want Wack 100. He been popping it a lot. He been skating through all the drama, but he been stirring up and causing all the drama. Hey, man, the people that don't like trouble, man, they come in to get the person that's really creating the chaos and the trouble. If they can handle that, it's like cutting the head off of a snake. So, you know, that might be their approach of trying to get at Wack 100. And, you know, not calling Wack 100 a snake, I'm just saying that might be how they perceive him and coming at him. Adam 22, same thing. You the head of a snake, putting together all this controversy, conflict, confusion, chaos, and you think you don't have no bearing of responsibility of your influence on gang culture when you're out here making millions and millions of dollars off of gang culture. So you gotta respect the game. You know, you wanna hang out with gang members, how the feds might look at it? We're gonna treat you like a gang member too. You wanna be affiliated, we'll show you what affiliated get you in gangland. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, everybody pay attention, stay tuned, man. But it don't look good out there. Jay Reed done put cases on everybody, and he got the worst type of cases on him. So the game is just crazy and detrimental in every type of way and avenue right now. Luce Cannon sitting there trying to figure out if he could tell on Big U, Wack 100, Adam 22, anybody get out of situation. And Wack, you know, Wack gonna cooperate, tell everything, make it like he don't know nothing, didn't know everything again. He's some type of scientific chaos organizer. Same thing with his player partner, Adam 22. Y'all with that confusion, start that illusion. Man, y'all gotta pay for them penalties. Same way y'all wanted to promote and, you know, watch everybody downfall to, you know, for you to get content. Man, you might be the downfall, you might be the content one day. So I'm mindful, and y'all be mindful, man. This internet, it ain't friendly. So if you choose to agree to participate, you got to have bulletproof emotion out here, man. Cold as ice water, because they're going to try, you know, take you out the game off of this, that, and the third rhetoric. Man, if you ain't did nothing foul, stand on that, say that, because the internet will believe a lie. You got to speak out against everything, make it righteous. But man, it don't look good for Adam 22 and Wack 100 over there. Man, y'all tell me what y'all think. And shout out to Poetic Flacco, man, because he be covering the shit and you know he's on top of everything. Credit to Poetic Flacco, man. Nigga need to win a YouTube award.